contrast, I went down to see the filming of The Hobbit about 5 months ago, I suppose. It's a game changer. The way people make films will never be quite the same after The Hobbit comes out. I saw a number of things, some of which I may be tortured and assassinated if I talk about, but I can tell you a couple of things. The option to shoot at 48 frames, just technically, will mean that we have a measure of visual clarity and acuity that I don't think we've ever seen on the big screen before. The other remarkable thing is that for the experience of most of us, watching 3D is painful. And Peter Jackson, I think, has done the most extraordinary thing. He's actually domesticated 3D. I think he's found a way of shooting it that will become the sort of standard handbook way of shooting 3D film from now on. And I think I'm allowed to, am I allowed to? Yes, of course, because it's just basically good, sensible thing. In 3D, if you can imagine with 3D, what your eye is doing, it's going backwards and forwards, you know, as these images jump forward and jump backwards. And after about half an hour, you feel seasick. But what Peter Jackson has done is, say this is the frame, this is the midpoint. He has some of the action just a little bit behind that midpoint, and some of the action just a little bit forward at that point. Now that gives you the 3D effect, but it doesn't give you that huge seasick motion. And he presumably is going to reserve those great movements just for one or two telling points in the story. It's so logical and so sensible that, you know, why didn't somebody think of it before? The other thing is that, first of all, he's a consummate filmmaker. And in the strides that were made when I first said, no, I'm not going to have anything to do with it, when I turned up, they were shooting a sequence with all 13 of the dwarves. And some technically incredible things were happening there. I can't talk about those, I'm afraid. But one of the things I was really annoyed about was they don't have half as much makeup on as I did. I thought, oh, I could have done this. So I groveled and didn't get anywhere. It was all cast up by then. But it is going to be a tour de force that is going, like Lord of the Rings, change film. You know, there were a number of other epic pictures that were coming out at that time. Alexander was one of them. Troy was another one. And they were all diminished by the sheer scale of Jackson's imaginings. It was a game changer for film. And this new one is going to be incredible. Can't wait to see it.